Hey y'all, conservative brother Daily, back with another CBD reaction. I know I'm few weeks late. Just wanted to get into just a pretty quick, hopefully live fact checking. I'll be as brief as I can of Kamala's Harris's DNC speech. So let's kind of get into it. I have literally the White House transcript pulled up from, uh, the WhiteHouse.gov. Literally the transcript from this speech. So let's see where we get past the little folksy tales. All right, they instilled in us community, the values they personify: community, faith, and the importance of treating others as you would want to be treated. Okay, the golden rule, all the little BS. My mother was a brilliant 5 foot tall brown woman with an accent. All right, they got applause for that. Okay. So she kind of opens up with a folksy, I'm just like you, came from the, lower working class. And, she set it up like, oh, I helped my best friend Wanda. One day I've asked if she was all right. She confided in me she was being sexually abused by her stepfather. This is one of the reasons I became a prosecutor. So, our the neuro linguistic programming is I got to protect you from men. This happened from a man. It's kind of like a very color purple. That's why I became a woke feminist. See here, as a prosecutor, I had a case. I charged it, if not for the name of the victim, in our system of justice, a harm against any one of us is a harm against all of us. Unless you're a legal migrant, it's like you don't have the same rights here. See here. So, on behalf of the people, on every American, regardless of party, race, gender, or language your grandmother speaks, on behalf of my mother, everyone else, on behalf of people who work hard, chase their dreams. So it's already setting up the dreamer, right before she says, I accept your nomination. So she's already accepting the dreamer. This is an open borders country for everybody. And the whole, I don't believe any human is illegal kind of, rhetoric that we're getting now. So I will be, you can always trust me to put country above party and self, to hold America's fundamental principles. From the rule of law to free and fair elections to the peaceful transfer of power. So let's be real. If Donald Trump wins in a landslide, or at least wins enough where they can't fudge and cheat, you really think they're going to just have a peaceful transition of power? They're not going to invoke, I think it's like the 16th Amendment or something. They're going to try something where they're not going to certify him. They're not going to allow Congress or Senate to certify him. See here. Oh, here we go. Here goes the spicy stuff. As a young prosecutor in Oakland, California, I stood up for women and children against predators. He abused them. No, you kind of just didn't pass any legislation. You ended up working with the prison system to allow black men to serve time past their sentencing. You came after parents who simply had their kids miss school, or they were struggling to get their kids in school, and you found manipulative ways to jail them. As Attorney General of California, I took on the big banks, delivered $20 billion for middle class families who face foreclosure, and helped pass a homeowner bill. Right? You didn't pass anything. There was over 100 proposals while you were in Senate. You didn't pass any of them. Yeah, $20 billion for more. Yeah, you're helping to pass all the benefits for illegals. No, I don't think you took on the big banks. I stood up for veterans and students being scammed by big profit colleges. Now, well, now you're trying to, be the communist welfare mammy to, give to all these people. For workers being cheated out of wages. Oh yeah, right. The wages they were due. Okay, yeah, but wasn't it you who was the deal-breaking vote for the Inflation Reduction Act of 2021, which added another, I think, 50,000, 87,000 IRS agents, and it ended up, and that, where did that come from? Where's that budget going to come from? It's going to come out of taxpayer dollars, and then it also had a a tip a tip tax in there where it taxed the tips of food service workers. So you claiming you're all for the middle class, where just in 2021, 2022, you were the deal breaking vote, signed this Inflation Reduction Act that didn't do it, and had taxpayers paying for 80,000 new IRS agents, and you ended up, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, you ended up, that bill also included taxing tips. Now, the same tips you claim you don't want to tax after Trump thought of the idea. I fought against the cartels who traffic in guns and human beings, who threaten the security of the border and the safety. Oh, so now you hear about the border. You've been the border czar, or you've been in charge of the border. Doesn't matter if anybody told you you're the said, oh, border czar. You were the border czar, ideally, Biden appointed you. And now all of a sudden you care about the security of the border, when basically you've been allowing it, you and Biden, to run open the last few years. Fentanyl has been passing through. Gun running has been passing through. Human trafficking, sex trafficking is at an all-time high. We currently have the Venezuelan migrants taking over parts of different cities. This is well documented. And a lot of this was brought on by your open border policy. So you to claim that you've been fighting against this is just laughable. Donald Trump is an unserious man. And I love this whole, once again, this is Democrats, what they do. They project. So this is the whole, we're going to project what we're doing onto our political enemies. It's straight out of the Saul Delinsky book, Rules for Radical. So Donald Trump tried to throw away your votes. Didn't happen. I'm going to release on my SoundCloud the whole debunk thing. Donald Trump didn't call Brian Kemp asking for votes and whatnot. They were all in the right to contest the election, and it's a legal pathway to be able to contest an election and to have the electors go back and do a count, certified count. And when he failed, he sent an armed mob to the United States Capitol. We could kind of pull up the tweets saying, hey, we're going to go peacefully to the Capitol. We are the party of law and order. We don't want any violence. But, of course, the Twitter pulled down those tweets the very next day. There was no armed mob. There's still 78-year-old grandmothers and people who wandered around the Capitol, people who were waved in by police. Yes, there were a small minority of rowdy rednecks who kind of got out of control, bashing windows, rushing in. But that was about 25% of them on one side of the building. So she can go here and literally, and it's still on the website, and I'm going to screenshot this. I'm screenshotting this off the White House Gov's website, because they could still run this J6 propaganda rhetoric that they were somehow this armed mob militia that Donald Trump himself, sent to the White House. Not to mention Ray Epps and his involvement as an FBI informant. There's a whole lot of stuff we already debunked. I'm just here to debunk this silliness that she's spewing. And consider what he intends to do if we give power to him again. Consider his explicit intent to set violent extremists who assaulted the Capitol, assaulted police officers on the Capitol. Like, his explicit intent to jail journalists, his political opponents, anyone he sees an enemy. Like, you guys aren't doing the same thing. I can't believe the White House, they had enough balls to put this on the website. I'm screenshotting this stuff. Wow. Let me screenshot where she's talking about the border. I fought against. This is just wow. Hilarious. Okay, let's get through this real quick. Thank God for transcripts. I'm going to actually save this save this as a PDF, or they scrub this off the website. Okay. We are not going to go back when he tried to cut Medicare. Actually, no, he's saying he wants to protect Social Security and Medicare. So I just got to pull up the receipts on folks. We're not going back. We are not going back where he tried to get rid of the Affordable Care Act. Yeah, which millions of Americans lost their private insurance, and it wasn't as affordable after all. Insurance companies could deny people with pre-existing conditions. That still happens. Obama didn't help with that. He says we're going to eliminate our Department of Education. Yeah, because they've been long corrupt. They've been jacking up prices. There is another bureaucracy that isn't doing anything to improve our youth. You have multiple people. I mean, you got multiple millions of people, of kids who can't read past a basic learning level. 80-90% in these Democrat-ran school districts, including Atlanta. So the Department of Education is a bureaucracy taking in money. They haven't solved the education problem in our schools because they would have done it by now. And once again, drawing a build a strong middle class and critical, and being critical to our success. My mother kept a strict budget. Oh yeah, bitch, you never ran a business. You graduated from some law school ranked like 180 something. You never passed a single piece of legislation. And yeah, then you locked a lot of black men up, and you let the border run loose, and now whatever you claim to do, you didn't do it or promise it underneath Biden. So what makes you think, oh, let me in and I'll fix it? When a few weeks ago, you guys are saying we've got the best economy, Biden's doing a great job, and then overnight you say, hey, elect me and I'll fix it. Well, you just said a week ago, this is, I'm talking about July now, the late July, where we went from Biden is great, Biden is strong, we have a strong economy, despite what your eyes saw in the debate in June. Biden is a great president, he's strong, and we have a strong economy. And then just like that, hey, we got Kamala, she's going to fix it. Well, I thought there was nothing to fix. Yeah, so just more bashing of Trump, trying to claim his, taking his policies, saying you want to protect Social Security, Medicare, lie. Lord, this is bad. I'm surprised they kept this on the White House website. Oh yeah, she also claimed Trump wants to make a ban abortion or IVF. He didn't say anything like that. He compromised with keeping it control over the states, which is what Roe v. Wade reversal did. And John Lewis, Voting Rights Act. John Lewis is the one who whipped the votes to pass the 1994 crime bill. Joe Biden worked with then President Bill Clinton, and John Lewis was the final Negro overseer who delivered the final votes, the black votes, to pass the 1994 Joe Biden crime bill. And now they're claiming, oh, Republicans were trying to stop the border. No, you guys let the border run wild for 3 years. You didn't propose this bill that included billions more to Ukraine, and then basically to codify illegal immigration, allowing up to 5,000 a day, and allowing the pathway to amnesty and all this other stuff where you really just sort of codify and legalize illegal immigration. So that's why we shot it down. It's not because, oh, we didn't want to fix the border, so they try and do all that. We can create an earned pathway to citizenship and secure our border. No, you just want as many illegals to come over and just, yeah, You just want to turn us into an open borders country. On the other hand, Trump threatened to ban NATO, which is good. NATO is the new Soviet Union. As far as I'm concerned, NATO is the new USSR. Yep, she's a simp for Ukraine. She definitely wants Israel to be, you know, to be just as much of a welfare queen in the U.S. as Ukraine is. With respect to Gaza, now she wants to act a little bit radical. Where no, she's going to continue to work with Netanyahu. I mean, yeah, her whole thing with yeah, her whole Israel Palestine take is just bad. Maybe read it on the website yourself. Um, I will not cozy up to times like dictators like Kim Jong Un and Trump. So once again, it's just more of the BS. Greatest democracy. And remember, when they say democracy, it's like this is a threat to our democracy. This threat this is a threat to our authoritarian power hold we have and risk everything we have. Um, so I admit there's a lot of normies, the Kamala supporters that were just Biden supporters last week, who can't see the forest through the trees, that are falling for this. So it is possible she can win. Because there's people that won't. All they'll do is watch this speech, and then they'll arrive on voting day, or they're voting early, and they just don't pay attention. They don't have the receipts like we do. So, uh, so I continue. I'm going to be uploading a lot more to the CBD SoundCloud, and I'll be continuing to call out the lies and do these little videos each day. And yep, we got a lot of work to do, y'all. All right, I'll talk to you later.